sent home all my snow gear, so luckily there's not too much snow on this pass, and what is here I can avoid for the most part. So good decision, cut a bunch of weight, my pack feels light. Just crossed a creek that had 85,000 million mosquitoes, and so I was like running, just constantly swatting at them as I'm taking off my shoes. And now I'm still walking in my camp shoes because I was like, anybody got time to stop and get eaten up with mosquitoes? You gotta walk till they don't find you. You gotta go hide. Hide yourself, hide your shoes, hide your food. They gonna find you. Antoine Dodson reference, anyone? So this morning we were just like chilling out by a lake. I just gone for a swim, you know, we're just drying off, hanging out, and we see a person like walking on the far side of the lake, and this lake is off trail. And we're like, well, that's odd. It's like, is that a kid? Where are its parents? And so I keep expecting the parents to like walk out behind the kid. No parents are walking out, and then it's like, wait, is that kid crying? And I was like, wait, I think that kid is crying. And so it's like, we just sat there for like 3 minutes, and I was like, wait, that kid is lost. So I got up, I walked around the lake, I went to the kid, and she's like bawling her eyes out. It was like, she wouldn't talk, I had to do all the talking for her, but basically she was lost. And we found her dad. He was actually looking for him. He like came up shortly after I found her, thankfully, because I don't know what I would have done. I would have figured it out, but like, I never had to return a lost child before. And so I just walked the child, who was in her socks, and we like walked through some mud, walked around the creek, and I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I returned a lost child to their parents today. Her dad actually told me he's been looking for her for 45 minutes. And then I had some friends who saw that same family later on in the day, and they're like, yeah, the little girl was like hugging her dad the whole time they were hiking. And I was like, yeah, that's probably traumatizing. She was just bawling. She could not stop crying. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I will stay with you until we find your parents. And she's like, she's okay now. So our current terrain for the next day is completely full of mosquitoes because we're in meadows, tons of creeks, lush green. You can see that, like, it's their habitat right here. And tomorrow is summer solstice, which is also Hike Naked Day, which will make things very interesting for those of us on this trail who choose to participate in it, because, oh, that's a lot of bugs. Like, no thank you. Pretty. Look how pretty this meadow is. Crystal clear water. Oh my gosh. Well, today is Hike Naked Day, and my trail family is not participating because we are in Yosemite National Park, actually, 8 miles from Tuolumne Meadows, which means 8 miles from town food, as well as pitching into the valley. Whoop, whoop. Either get your shoes wet or pick a log. 1, 2, 3. My balance sucks, so I think my best bet is this last one and then cross on that. Guys, I just walked into Yosemite National Park. This is wild. I'm with my friends that I made at Camp 4. And we're here at a locals only spot.
Oh, the waterfall's really
called the
gushing
Couch.
right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's weird. It's weird how it flows different. Run. Don't do that wind shit.
Oh, this is awesome!
Oh,
Nice.
I'm very glad we're using the gree-gree. So just got word yesterday afternoon, right after I left Tuolumne, that a forest fire started right outside of Mammoth. So you can see it's pretty hazy. You can't see the view like you normally can. Made the sunrise this morning really pretty actually. And I was gonna go down by the creek, drink some hot cider and watch it, but my bed was so cozy I couldn't get out of my tent. So I just watched it from my tent. I like never use the fly because I'm normally a cowboy, but mosquitoes are so bad, so I had to just use the tent body and protect myself. See, this looks so peaceful, and honestly it really is, but mosquitoes, holy crap, you can't stop and just sit down and enjoy it because you will be attacked to no end. So I was talking with my friends about how like growing up I never really had a lot of chocolate. I didn't really like it. I didn't really eat a lot of candy anyway. And so I've been on a mission to try every single candy bar like in existence that I can find. And so I was telling them like, oh yeah, I've tried all the Snickers. I've tried Snickers hazelnut, Snickers almond, regular Snickers, protein bars. They're protein, not candy. And they're like, well, have you tried the Snickers peanut butter? And I was like, no, I have not tried the Snickers peanut butter protein bar yet. And so I just found one. And first of all, I'm so big on these slogans. It's like, who are you when you're hungry? You're not you. Eat a Snickers. It's like every time I'm like feeling weird, in an odd mood, I eat a Snickers just because the commercial told me to and they taste good. So I got a Snickers peanut butter bar, and here's my review. It's a little smaller than the normal Snickers protein bars because what you have is like 2 tiny little blocks in here, okay? But you have a little bit more calories. You have 10 more calories. You get a lot of fat calories in this, and this has 5 grams of protein instead of 4, like the normal Snickers protein bars. Yeah, hashtag eat a Snickers. Is that it? Yep. Because Snickers is great. Who are you when you're hungry? Foolish, I guess. I made shirts when I bought my Snickers to get like different words on every single one so that I could like, you know, just mix it up a little bit, you know, like they taste different I guess or something, who knows. Alrighty folks. Log to rock to ground, War Eagle, let's hit it. Just watching this dragonfly molt right in front of our eyes. He's waiting on his wings to dry. Super cool. Alright, got some bad news about my dragonfly friend. We named him Mitch, and he is no longer with us. He like just died, and then I went for a swim, and then I came back and a mosquito had eaten his entire lower body. And yeah, that was honestly like one of the highlights of my day because I was like, this is so cool. I get to see him molt or whatever in his wings. He just needed his wings to dry out and he was ready to fly, but that was not the plan for his life. Apparently, he never wanted to grow up. Only the good die young. So a few days ago, hitched into Yosemite Valley, and it was just the most incredible time. My experience was far from what the average tourist gets. So we get there, and we're like, we're gonna make some friends in Camp 4 and just like hitch in, just like stay with them at their site. Got there, realized that's not how Camp 4 works. It's like by the person. So we slept in the line for Camp 4, and then we were first in line the next morning. We were able to get a spot, and you're just at a campground and you share it with all these other people. And I met so many people. One of the guys I met there worked there, and he was able to like hook us up with all the local secrets. And so I didn't really do a whole lot of touristy things. I did Lower Yosemite Falls, and I did part of the Mist Trail, but we just spent time hanging out together, went to some local spots, We went tubing, did the alcove swing. It was the most incredible time. I wouldn't have it any other way. Fell in love with Yosemite Valley because once I got to know a lot of the people who work there, they're all super cool people. The lifestyle is like none other. It's amazing. It's just, and I was talking with them, they're like, it's totally possible to live here. And they're going with me over all that stuff. And I was like, wow, I gotta move here. This place is incredible. So now I know how to move there. I know that it's possible. And you never know, I might. Who knows? I woke up early so I could be up before the mosquitoes, but guess what? They know. They wake up early too. Look what it is. A T for Trash Queen. Ah! Wilma Lake or Wilmer Lake. The name was wrong on maps forever ago, so now it's known as both. Mosquito just flew in my mouth while I'm eating. Okay, come in. So this is Dorothy Lake. It's really pretty and it's a really hot day out, so normally I'll go for a swim, but ooh, pretty. The mosquitoes here are horrendously bad. So bad. There's actually a comment on Gugs, it's pretty funny. It says, coming soon to a trail near you. Revenge of the Mosquitoes, Part 2. They're after new blood, and this time, it's yours. Yep. It's so pretty. Making my way down trail, walking fast, passing people, I'm Canada bound. Staring at the ground, making sure, don't trip on rocks. Na, 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 na. And I need you, and I miss you. Whoa, 'cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. Alright, y'all, just hit 1,000 miles. Don't know how I feel. It's kind of far, but I got a lot left to go, so it's kind of like, I don't know. We were really good tuner up. So pretty here. We're on our way down to Sonora Pass, which leads into Canyon Meadows North. Beautiful location. First time hitching alone. Yikes. I really need to back flush this filter. Getting no flow, but laziness, you know. Y'all hear that airplane? I can't even see it. I've been looking. I think it's the Air Force. There's an Air Force base nearby, and the past few days we've been seeing a lot of Air Force. Oh, it's a helicopter. It's a chopper. Okay, y'all follow along. See him? He's so close. I see it. it's gotta be the Air Force. It didn't look like search and rescue, but he was really close to the ground. So I'd say it's Air Force, because passengers, they literally looked like World War II planes that were just like flying over, and they said USAF, so that was a little Air Force. But for the past like while, I haven't seen hardly any airplanes, and now we're seeing them. It's like, what? Airplanes, it's wild. Also, I feel like I've been losing my mind lately because airplanes have been like blowing my mind, and I've also been like analyzing my candy bar wrappers to the extreme and telling strangers about my findings. So probably am losing my mind a bit. I'm about to cry of happiness because this guy just told me there's trail magic at the road, and I don't have that much food right now because the resupply was really expensive, and so the food I do have isn't good calories and it's not appetizing, and I'm currently I'm about to lose weight on this section diet, so trail magic is gonna be the best thing ever. Trail magic.
Foodie?
They really know how to do it.
Like, what draws people in there?
The bay. We just had the most amazing trail magic ever. It's probably some of the best I've had on trail, and I haven't had trail magic in like probably a month or so, partly because of the Sierras. But the Sierras, there's a 220-mile section where there's no roads going through it, and so there's nowhere for trail magic. It's like everyone's just trying to like carry enough food to get through the section. And so I pull up and they all clap and whistle for you, and they had burgers and pizza and Cokes and coffee and tea and pasta salad, cookies, donuts, fruit, a lot of fruit. They had everything. It was so amazing. And like, you know, you don't get that many hugs on trail. That's such a sad statement. I'm sorry guys. But they all gave me good hugs. It's been so long since I've had a good hug. Not that long, since Mammoth, but still. And they had salads yesterday, and then they're like, y'all should stay for breakfast. We're having biscuits and gravy. I was like, I'm in. Alright, okay. Yeah, I'm convinced. That's all I had to say. And so for breakfast I had biscuits and gravy, like sausage gravy, not this like, you know, that stuff like, sometimes they don't do it right, they did it right. And then they had bacon and strawberries and watermelon and ripe cantaloupe and fruit and donuts and yogurt and muffins and oatmeal bake and orange juice and coffee and tea and milk. And this is like seriously such a great blessing, because yesterday I was hiking and I was like, I really need some fruit. I could just like, because your body tells you what it needs, and my body was telling me like, you need healthy food, you need protein. And the store I had to resupply at was really expensive, and so I couldn't get very good options. They didn't have options anyway, but my options, if I want to stay on budget, were like horrendous. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just like eat really unhealthy and lose a little bit of weight this section. And then I walk up on this trail magic and it's like, yes, I can make it. I'm not gonna like be as hungry as I thought I was gonna be. So it's so nice that they do this. Little wildflowers, so pretty. Wowzers! Shower Lake, where I'm getting a bath. Okay, so I'm currently near like a popular trailhead, so there's a lot of weekend backpackers, and I just passed the cutest kid. He's backpacking with his family, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing? He says, I'm good. How's your trip from Mexico going? And I was like, oh, good. And so he tells me about his trip, and he's like, we went down to Showers Lake. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, congrats. And then I'm leaving, he says, hey, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, why do you carry those smart water bottles? And I was like, oh man, this kid is great. He's going places in life. And so I explained to him how they hold a liter of water, and they're lighter weight than like a normal water bottle, and they still crush but hold up easily, and the filter threads line up perfectly so I can filter my water and drink directly out of the bottle. And he's like, wow, cool, thanks. And I was like, man, thank you, kid, you're just plain great. So the latest of the odd candy bars that I'm eating, Big Hunk, never heard of it, never had it. It's chewy honey sweetened nougat with crunchy roasted peanuts. Okay. So that back there is actually Lake Tahoe. Earlier I thought it was Showers Lake, but was it Showers Lake? And that's definitely Tahoe, not Showers Lake. So beautiful. I can't, like, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm so excited. So this past section from like Tuolumne to South Lake, where I'm about to arrive, has been really tough mentally, and I've been warned of this. Like, everyone talks about how after the Sierra it's just really hard because it goes back to a more desert environment. It's not as pretty, and you just exited one of the most beautiful spots. And I think they're kind of right. I've been really struggling. Like, the miles just haven't been coming as easily as they have been. Like, everything's just been hard. The climbs have been hard, and I've just been in like in a weird funk, in a weird mood where I'm just kind of like getting through it. And you have to think about what the problem is and what the cause of this is to get to the solution. So I think my problem, they are, one, I think I had a little bit of a cold that I got from a stranger in Yosemite because I was eating off of random people's plates and they were done with their food, because like, I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. Why would I let food go to waste? So that could have got me a cold. But I think that's over with. And then I also lost my headphones on like the hike into Tuolumne. Haven't been able to get new ones, and that also makes the climbs up, like on the really hot days, the completely exposed climbs and passes, it's made those really hard. So I'm going to get new headphones. And I can also feel the vitamin deficiencies. Won't go into that, but I'm gonna go buy some multivitamins and probably some B vitamins. And I haven't had that many electrolytes because they just don't sell them anywhere. And I know that that's part of the problem too, because the more electrolytes I drink, the better I feel. And then, oh, I've been eating really crappy because resupplies are so expensive. And it's like, well, can't buy like the more nutritious foods that I would prefer to eat because I'm already over budget on food and I don't want to continue to be over budget. So it's just been like ramen and crackers and sometimes raisins and just like foods like that, where it's not like I like it, it's not really nutritious, but it just does the job. So I'm gonna try and eat healthier food and have a healthier resupply now that I'm in a bigger city where things are hopefully a little bit more affordable. And hopefully that will solve all of my like mental issues. I've just been in like a really, it's like not a weird place, but it's just like, I don't know, I've just been just hanging in there, struggling through it all. But you have to know everything passes. Tomorrow's another day, and like these past few days have been kind of like, it's like trail magic has gotten me through them. But I'm gonna work on my problems in Tahoe, get my solutions, and hopefully I will be in a better state of mind. And I think I will be too. I think the nutrition thing is a huge thing, and once I'm feeling better and the miles come easier, I'll be back in the groove, because I've also taken off a lot of time in Mammoth and in Yosemite, and just like to do other like touristy things since I'm in the area. So I think once all that's done, then I will be like back in good spirits. I'm always in good spirits, but it's just been a little lower and a little monotonous. But and my best friend from high school, her name's Brittany, her mom lives in South Tahoe, and so I get to see her tomorrow, which is so exciting. She's one of like the most happiest, welcoming, nicest, genuinely nice people you see, and she's like, "Hi, it's so good to see you," and she actually means it. And so I'm so excited to see her and all of Brittany's cousins that she's like raved about forever and ever. So I'm so excited for that. Yeehaw, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, guys. Also, since I'm a little bored, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you all about 3 like very inspirational / legendary people on the trail. The first one, his name is Stroll. He's been section hiking the PCT for 17 years, and this is the year that he'll have completed all of the PCT. So every year he does like a small section, and originally the goal was to one day do a full-on thru hike, but now this is just like, it's become his thing, and he doesn't think he will do a thru hike because this is his thing, and which is awesome. 17 years is a really long period of time to dedicate to something and to stay motivated. And so this is the year he finishes the PCT, and so he started around my start date, and his goal was to start and end the sections on the same year. And so I hiked with him for a little bit. He ended at Cajon Pass, and then he has the last 80 miles to do, which he'll try and like coordinate with people and try and finish the same time as other people, which is really, really neat. He's such a cool guy. 17 years of section hiking. That's almost better than a thru hike, because that takes serious commitment. The second is these 3 people, I forgot what town it was, but they were in town and the same day that there was a race, and so they're like, oh, let's enter the race. And so one entered the 5K, one entered the 10K, and one entered the half marathon. They each won their event, won first place. 3 thru hikers who were just like, yeah, let's just run this race, and they won. So that's really cool. And then the third is my friend Stuck on the Ground. I think she might be in some clips of these videos, I'm not sure, but her name is Stuck on the Ground because she let a little sit down or take a nap and just, she just gets stuck on the ground. It happens. And she was napping on the side of the trail one day and had her bear can like right by her head, and the lid was on it. It just wasn't locked because she's just eating and napping, like, come on. And she wakes up because she feels a presence. At the same time, she hears the lid of her bear can go like a clip and like move, and she's like, what? And she wakes up and there's a bear standing over her head, like getting into her bear can. So she stands up and she's trying to scare the bear away, and the bear just looks at her, looks at the food, looks at her, looks at the food, and she's growling at it, trying to scare it away, yelling. She's yelling insults like, your mom doesn't love you because you're fat. And the bear's still like not getting offended and leaving. And so the bear's getting a little aggressive towards her. And so to get the bear away from her, she kicks her bear can down the hill. The bear follows the bear can, and she's standing there helpless while it's eating half of her food because she can't scare this bear away. And so an hour later, another guy comes down the trail, and together they're able to scare off the bear. It ate like half of her food there. Luckily she was resupplying like a day and a half later, and all of us are around, so she's fine. But yeah, Stuck on the Ground, like, I've heard her story, just like Finding Nemo. You know how at the end, like, all the fish kind of like, oh, Nemo, Marlin, oh, they're crazy. Yeah, so Stuck on the Ground is a legend this year. I've heard her story so many times from people that like don't even know her, and they're just like, man, it's crazy. So those are 3, I guess 5 really cool people on the trail. And another thing that's been a problem has been that my knees have been hurting a lot. My feet are kind of hurting, but it's mostly my knees. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna go with, it's not the fact that I face planted and landed on my knees. It's not the fact that I've been post-holing and twisting my knees around. It's I need new shoes because these are literally falling apart. I have 600 miles on them. They're designed to last for 300 to 500 without a pack. So I desperately do need new shoes. And so that is one reason why I'm like feeling kind of down, because I'm kind of in pain a little bit. But I'm gonna get new shoes and new socks. Mine are literally, there's so many holes in them. You can see through them. They're not pink anymore. And like my feet rub on my shoes because my whole socks have so many holes in them. So I'm gonna get new shoes, and that's gonna solve the lower body pain issue. If not, vitamin I will. War Eagle. The birds are just chirping away this morning. It's such a nice, peaceful morning. The calm before the storm of the 35-mile day, because we have to do 30 miles today to stay on track to try and get to town before the post office closes. But there's no camping and no water between 28 miles and 35 miles. So we're going for 35. War Eagle. Lake Tahoe in the distance. There's like 3 big wildfires around us, so it's very hazy, but she's right out there. She's hanging out at Alpine Meadows Ski Resort out in Tahoe. I could totally shred the gnar out here. That sounds like a blast. Unfortunately, I did not bring my skis, and there's also no snow on the ground, so I'm unable to ski down this. Luckily, the trail doesn't go down, it just goes across. So that'd be annoying if I was on skis anywho. Just hanging out at the iconic Squaw Valley Resort in Tahoe. Keep Tahoe blue. War Eagle. So we do this thing that drives everyone else crazy who tries to hike with us, where we'll make a plan. We'll be like, okay, 20 miles a day for the next little stretch, which is what we did on this stretch. And then we're on it, and it's like, wait a second, let's just do 25s. And then today I was like, wait, 35. And so we packed food for 20 miles per day, and now we're having a 35 mile a day. 26 tomorrow, and then 10 the next, hitting into Sioux City on the weekend. But anyway, we're on our way into Donner Pass restaurant because we're like, screw this water carry. Let's bank on being able to do 35 miles and being there before they close and just getting water there. Oh, squirrels. And they also give like a little something for free to thru hikers, so we're gonna do that. And I read on Gut Hooks that they let hikers sleep in the dump next door, which I'm actually really excited about. That'd be so cool. Go eat some like free food and some other food, get my water so I don't have to carry. Oh, I'm sunburnt. And then go sleep in the dump. Like, yes, that sounds amazing. So I'm rushing. We're gonna be there in time. No worries, dogs. We're so close to town. We're like in the ski resort. They have signs and stuff now, so like so close. I kept feeling all my sweat just dripping on me, and I was like, wow, this is a lot of sweat. I'm getting kind of wet here. No, it turns out the devil is beating his wife with a frying pan. It is raining while the sun is out. Huh. So I was in a weird state of mind leaving like Tuolumne area, and after we started ramping up the miles, which has just been the past few days, that mindset is completely gone. My mindset right now is 100% determination to finish this, and just determination just to crank out the miles. It's been a lot more enjoyable. It's a different mindset, I guess, but I don't know how to describe it. It's different than anything I've ever had on the trail so far. But part of that is also because my resupply strategy on the trail is just to buy in towns and, go from there. But later on in Oregon and Washington, there's places where it's not feasible or much more expensive to do that. And so I already shipped myself one box to Sierra City, which I'll be picking up tomorrow, Lord willing that we do the 20 miles before the post office closes at noon. But Oregon and Washington, we're like having to plan out when we're going to buy and ship out these boxes and what the proper timing is. So we've actually been working on our timing schedule and whatnot, and we're really close to sending out our Washington boxes, which would be one of the last boxes they ever ship. And so going through that, this is the first day. Today is the day, July 6th, that the end is actually in sight. I can see it, I know it's there, and I know I can get there. And now that I see that, it's 100% motivation. I've always been determined to finish this. I've been told freaking a week in, I will finish this. But now that I can see the end, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know my mileage that I can do, I'm gonna get there. And it's a weird feeling to know that I feel like I'm almost there, honestly, because I haven't reached a halfway point. But we have 19 days left in California. That's without zeros. But honestly, even with zeros, I think I can up my mileage even more to do it in 19 days. Oregon has the 2-week challenge, finish all of Oregon in 14 days. I don't want to do that because I want to take time off in Ashland and also in Bend. I've been told I would really like Bend, and so just to keep my options open, I've been told Bend is a city I might want to move to one day, and I would like to spend, a couple days seeing if people are right or not. I'm not saying I'm going to move there. I just want to know if I would like it or not, just in case I ever want to move. But yeah, from then on, so that's why I don't want to do the 2-week challenge for Oregon, but I know it's possible. And you have the 50-mile challenge, which I'm going to be doing, and maybe I'll do another 50-mile challenge. I don't know. And then Washington, it's only like 500 something miles. You're full of determination then. You're full throttle. So we're doing the timeline, and rough estimate, we don't know about zeros and euros yet, but it's looking like late August is when I'll finish based on everything. So that's an actual projected finish time is what I realized today. Today is the first day that I've realized a lot of this stuff about finishing. Finishing I knew I would finish, but finishing didn't feel real. Didn't feel like it would ever happen or I would ever think about it happening until today. And now that I'm here in this mindset, it's just motivation. Just let's crank this out. And I know I need to slow down because as soon as I'm done, I'm going to be I wish I was back on trail. But also, my boss today had a short meeting, that my boss being my bank account. We had a short little meeting where I was okay, so this is our game plan. This is what we need to change. But me and my boss have an agreement, and we are going to finish this trail together. And my boss is going to hate it, but I don't care because my boss will come back.